Hey out there. How you doing, Mark Sconte reporting. Welcome, everybody, to the program. Welcome. It's January 18th, 2022. Let's begin. How are you, man? How are you doing, man? How are you? Mark Sconte reporting on January 18th, 2023. And moving right along. It's 1 month, almost a full month into this new year. Is everything different? Are you getting all the expectations that you had planned, all of your New Year's resolutions? Are they being fulfilled, or are they just more of the same, or we're going down deeper into the rabbit hole? Who knows? It's up to you to decide. And today we'll look at some of the interesting stories. Extremism. What was my title today? Yeah. World. What was my title? I don't even know the fucking title today. World of Opposites. Right. George Santos, the Republican elected congressman over there from Long Island. Turns out that his rabbit hole, his pit of deception, is even deeper and more disgusting than anybody could have imagined. This guy ripped off a veteran who he raised money for his dying dog. George Santos has some sort of fake animal rescue kind of organization. He finds this homeless veteran and whose dog has a tumor in his stomach, needs an operation, $3,000. George Santos, under an alias, comes running to the rescue and raises the $3,000 for the guy, and then the dog dies, and he puts the money in the pocket. Right? What a sleazebag, right? And and of late he just got appointed to two committee appointments. All right, so he's now sitting on committees in Congress. This lying guy said he was a Jew. He's not a Jew. He said he worked for Goldman Sachs and Citigroup. Not true. And all the other lies he'd said. He went to NYU. He's got a master's degree. It's all absolute and utter garbage. The guy never went to college, right? But he's still sitting there, right? And what's the opposite there? The opposite is, well, we assume that we're electing integral people, and it turns out they're filthy, dirty liars. And what's he going to do in Congress? Suddenly he's going to have a stroke of honesty? Is George Santos suddenly going to wake up one day and be honest, regardless of the fact that he lied his way into this position? And now we learn that he stole money from a veteran because in the height of his dying dog trauma? I don't think so. I think you get more of the same, And, in other news, this another phenomena happening in our world right now, single woke women. Have you heard? Single woke females, SWF, single woke females, used to be single white females, but now it's single woke females are now a dominant force in politics. It's like 43 million of them. They all vote. They're very, very headstrong. These are the same women that wanted Hillary Clinton to be president because she's a woman. They wanted Ketanji Jackson Brown to be the Supreme Court justice, and she was confirmed by Biden because she was a black woman. Same people. Right? So what's happening? Are these when they want Roe v. Wade overturned so that they can legally, by the letter of the law, exterminate their baby, because the baby, they say, is interfering with their pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So a very interesting phenomenon where women once wanted equality and were given equality. And now it seems that they want something beyond that, something that stems beyond equality. They want superiority. They actually, I guess, the women of the 60s put their pants on and they wanted to be the man. They didn't want no fucking equality. They wanted the power of what the man had at that moment in their mind. And now they have that, and they're running away with it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that it's fascinating to put under the microscope and see. We'll look at that story. What else is going on? I don't know what else is going on. Yeah, single woke females. Oh yeah, the Biden thing. I've kind of refrained from talking about this. Biden and the classified documents that he allegedly swept under the rug or had in a storage cabinet somewhere. This is more tit for tat. This is the Republicans diffusing a clear and unequivocal attack that's going to come from the left about Trump and his mishandling of classified information. So the Republicans were diligent in finding some classified documents that Biden swept under the rug, and those documents shouldn't have been they shouldn't have been where they were. So again, this is garbage. This is tit for tat. When you're elected to the president of the United States, when you hold that position, whether you're in office or you leave office, you are vested. Your decisions to see things in the best interest of the government is vested, right? You can't. Oh, it wasn't classified. You didn't play. No, he's the boss. Right, the president is the boss. If Biden misplaced classified information, that's not really a big deal. The problem is that Biden is saying that Trump's mishandling of classified information is a bad thing. So there's a conflict there, and we'll look at that story. Welcome everybody in the chat. Marcus Conte reporting. Chris Milk in the house. Suit Cooter, William Smith, TJ, David Brown. What's up? Mikhail Sly. Mikhail, what's up, man? Befure, the Bahabit. Donna E, what's up, everybody? How you doing, man? Love you guys. Church Max Chicken. Church's Max's Chicken. That's a good name, man. Church's Max's Chicken. mother effer. So let's go. Hey ho, let's go. That's my thumbnail today. That is the ugly George Santos, who is homosexual, but he was married to a woman for 10 years. He went to Baruch and NYU, got master's degrees. False. He's a Jew. False. He stole $3,000 from a veteran. True. So we'll look at that story. Us versus them. So I have a website. My name is Marcus Conte. I have a website. It's marcusconte.com, spelt as you see it. And I have a PayPal link and a Patreon link if you want to contribute to the program. We're live every morning at 9 a.m., and we're simulcasted across these fine social media platforms: Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and everywhere you consume social media. All right, so welcome to the program. So let's start right here. This is interesting. A little side story. Remember the psychopath ISIS guy? I'm with ISIS, and he proceeded to run over 8 people on the bike path in Manhattan back in 2016. You remember that guy? Well, there's some video. You want to see him get whacked by the police? Let's watch. Let's watch. He's running. There he goes. Where's he going? Oh, man. Shoot him. He just ran over 8 people, dumped the car, and now the police got him cornered. He's running. He's got a gun in his hand. And there's the cops doing their job, stopping the perpetrator. They're stopping him, and there he is. And okay, here he comes. There he is. Watch. Ooh, shooting at the police. Bang, bang, bang. And what? Dead. Dead like a doornail. So there he is. New video shows chaotic moment. Accused ISIS-inspired terrorist, that's his name, Sayfullo Sapav, was confronted and shot by NYPD officers shortly after he drove a truck into a bike lane on the West Side Highway, fatally mowing down 8 people, right? You feel sorry for this guy? Hey, police, anti-police people, do you feel sorry for this man who mowed down 8 people on the West Side Highway in New York, right? And then the police blasted him because he's running with a gun. I don't feel sorry for him. I'm glad that, I don't know why it took so long for the police to release the video so that we could all enjoy it. And, I don't know, man. So, what's this here? Yeah, man, this guy's running. Fucking. I guess that's the truck he ran people over with. Looks like a rental Home Depot truck. And, so anyway, man, I don't know. As a side note, we get to see the terrorist. The terrorist, another terrorist, gone down. So, as I said, this argument, President Biden's personal attorneys are, quote, likely witnesses in a criminal investigation over whether the commander-in-chief or others in his circle mishandled classified documents. Noted that legal commentators Jonathan Turley said, nothing burger, rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. That's what it is. Tit for tat, us versus them. Trump did it. Trump classified. So now the other side has got to now accuse Biden of the same stupidity. Is Trump and Biden guilty of, fucking putting the box in the wrong place with classified documents that nobody else sees but them? Maybe, probably, but so what? They're ex-royalty. It's like accusing the Queen of fucking, Queen of England, right, of, after she's dead or something or leaves office of, putting the crown over here when it was supposed to be over there. Like it's just bullshit, really. These are bullshit stories. But it looks like it's heating up a little bit. The Republicans are hot on the trail of the dirty Democrat, Joe Biden, president, for mishandling classified information. No FBI investigation, of course, because Joe Biden and the banana republic that we now live in is not going to, the DOJ, Department of Justice, is not going to pursue. No federal investigation. We only activate the federal agencies to go after Trump. We don't do that with sitting Joe Biden. We only do that with Trump. So you see that the hypocrisies are on display. This is politics. This means nothing to the American people. Are they more at risk because Joe Biden put his box of classified data somewhere and Trump had some shit in Mar-a-Lago? No, it does not. It means nothing. So that's all I want to say about that. So this is an interesting story, more interesting than classified documents. Is a undertone in America of this notion of privilege. You're white, so you have a certain privilege that others don't have, right? But what if you're black? You also have a certain privilege to move in front of the line to get certain jobs. So there's arguably white privilege, black privilege. Women are now moving to the front of the line as well in front of all those white men. And so women also have a privilege, but hot women have a privilege all of their own, if you can imagine. Look at this. This woman says there's an ugly side to pretty privilege. First of all, is there such a thing as pretty privilege? Well, I would argue absolutely. If you put one eligible male, A real male with testicles and likes females, right? That type of old-fashioned male, you remember? Humana, 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 he likes women. Right? If you put one of those in a pool of 5 women, right? 5 women, right? And 4 of them are fat and ugly and out of the age range of something he would be interested in, right? And there was one real hottie in there, like, wow, like smoking chick, right? Like, fucking wow, eye popping. Look at this hot bitch, right? Who do you think that the male is going to favor to talk to? Now you could say, oh yeah, well he's a real man who'll treat all the women differently. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. In the back of his mind, he wants to sink his rod into the hot chick. He wants to be near the hot chick. That's what men do. So there is, I would argue that there's certainly pretty privilege. Men too. Not as much. A hot man is way more privileged in terms of, I don't know, maybe a lead role in Hollywood or getting the hotter chick. Women say, oh, we're attracted to the man's mind, but that's not always true. A lot of women are attracted to the hot man, right? The smoking, hot man who, as long as he has an IQ over 70, he qualifies. Right? But anyway, so it's honestly more of a curse than a privilege, says Lee, a 29-year-old based in Orlando, Florida. Let's have a look at her. Let's see. Oh, there she is. Oh my God. Is this, does she have pretty privilege? Gentlemen, does she have pretty privilege? Does she get to the front of the line in terms of privilege? She's sexy. She's a sexy woman, sexy Puerto Rican man. Look at the cleavage. She's showing off her cleavage there. And there she is with the big monster black hips. Sexy woman, sexy Latino. So does she have some privilege? I've gotten the same comment over and over again. Oh my God, I thought you were a bitch, but when I got to know you, you're actually very kind, says the fat, ugly woman to her left. Lee recently had a falling out with her best friend because she believes the other woman was struggling with insecurity and jealousy. Very, very true. I agree with this. I think the good woman is making us see that there is privilege in being pretty. So is it going to be a protected class? Should they be affirmatively activated? For example, there's 2 women up for the job, and one is very, very pretty. It's a sales job, right? And pretty makes more money, right? If you're pretty, you make the company more money, right? Is that discrimination? You hired her because she has pretty privilege, and I'm fat and ugly, and you overlooked me. You overlooked my mind. All you saw was my fat, ugly body. Right? I don't know. Colossal Bigfoot says, he's not that hot. That's a he? You see a man there? You got, oh my God, guys, come on, man. Come on, that's no guy. That's no way. No fucking way, man. That's a real woman, man. That's a real woman. No doubt about it. That's no man. That's no tranny. Sorry, dude. So what, there is now we have to add a new category to pretty privilege. She has it. She's blowing the whistle on pretty chicks. She doesn't want the free drinks anymore. She wants to work for her drinks. So anyway, look at this. This is fascinating as well. So single woke females are reshaping the United States. Single woke females. Have you ever heard of these? They're new. They just came out with them. Single woke females. They imported these things from somewhere else. From I don't know, Mars. Soccer moms are giving way to single woke females. SWF. Now, yesterday we covered a story where a guy said Guy wore a shirt into the mall that said Jesus saves. Are we gonna prevent women from going into a mall? A pretty woman has privilege with a single woke female shirt on, SWF on her back. That's racist, man. That's sexist. It's sexist, man. You're promoting hot women over not so hot women. Where does it end? Where does this kind of nonsense end? It's all in your mind. It's a matter of it's perception. People are people. They're not that different. Why does it always have to be us versus them, pretty versus not pretty, fat versus skinny? Well, you should all be skinny. That's irrevocable, right? Because if you're fat, you're unhealthy, right? And and it's affecting your brain. Smoke break. Blast off. That's tobacco, by the way. I've been accused of much more. So look at the statistics, right? This is what's fascinating about this study. It's real. So single woke females are very real. Unmarried women without children have been moving towards the Democratic Party for several years. But the 2022 midterms may have been their electoral coming out party, as they proved the chief break on the predicted Republican wave. Okay. While married men, women, and unmarried men broke for the GOP, CNN exit polls found 68% of unmarried women voted for Democrats. So 68% of unmarried women voted for Democrats, says CNN. So we'll stay a little light on the results. See if we can get more numbers here. 68% of unmarried women voted for Democrats. That's significant. That is a target audience for Democrats. If Democrats know that, they're going to go after the man-hating woman, the social climber, right, who has pretty privilege and hates kids. Not hates kids, but doesn't want them because the kid is getting in her way of her pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? Which is not my opinion. That's the opinion of Roe v. Wade that the women made in 1972. So the Supreme Court, there it is. Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade was certainly a special factor in the midterms. So more numbers. Just give me the numbers, man. The power is growing thanks to the demographic wins. The number of never married women has grown from 20% in 1950 to more than 30% in 2022. Now that's a 10% bump up, while the percentage of married women has declined from almost 70% in the 1950s to 50% today. So women, they wanted equality, and it looks like they're moving towards it. It looks like they're moving towards 50%. They're marrying less. Once upon a time, they saw that as their privilege. 70% in the 50s. Now it's 50% in 2023, 2022. The study was done. Overall, the percentage of married households without children has declined from 37% to 21%. So overall percentage of married households. So people are getting married less. All right, we know that. A new Institute for Family Study analysis of 2020 census data found that 1 in 6 women do not have children by the time they reach the end of their childbearing years. All right, up from 10%, up from 10 in 1990. And here's the big number. Single adult women now total some 42 million people compared to the key African American voting bloc of 46 million. Now, it's a target, right? It's a target audience. That's That's almost 90 million people. I would say it's probably less because some of those adult women are also African American. So you might put the number maybe about 60 million people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So now you understand why the Democrats have this rhetoric flying out of their mouth about every issue they see, like Brian Kohlberger. Why is he now a sexist? Why is politics trying to hijack that story of a mass killer, a psychologically deranged mother effer, into a story of sexism, of white men attacking women, because inherently that's what they want to do, right? Because it's a huge voting bloc. Right? This is called harvesting. They're harvesting the anger surrounding the Brian Kohlberger situation and gaslighting the American people to say, oh, look at this evidence. We got some FBI spook that said he's an incel, fucking whatever else. He's never had sex with women. He hates women. That's why he killed them. But meanwhile, he killed 3 women and 1 man, and would have killed another man if the guy didn't run out the fucking door. So he was a killer. He was definitely a killer. But I don't know. People see sexism. They see it. And why not? Why not spin the story? Because if it turns out Brian Kohlberger is a sexist, now you're going to split that crowd in half. You're going to polarize the people that are following this story. Millions and millions of people following the Brian Kohlberger story. So they're hijacking it, right? That's a clear and convincing hijack of the political story. Make him a sexist. Why? Here's your evidence. 42 million fucking adult women that don't, single women who don't want to, who claim wokeness. What the hell is wokeness anyway? What is it? To them, I don't know what it is. It means, I don't know what wokeness means to these people. I know what it means to have an awake mind. Is to be non-discriminatory, is to be not full of anger and fear and pointing the finger at the other one as exacerbating the problem, throwing gas on the dialogue. You don't agree with me, therefore you're fucking racist, man. You don't listen, man. You're always wrong, man. You just want to be right. You're wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. And let's debate. And we debate, and where do you go? You just, everybody that lays down in that argument gets dirty. And it's like 2 pigs rolling around in mud. The big debate. Oh, yeah, the debate, who's right and wrong. They do that at Harvard, too. Not roll around with pigs, but debate. So anyway, there it is. You can't make that one up. I don't know. Is it Colossal Bigfoot says it's a mental issue. Yeah, it is. It's no doubt about it. This is where we're going, women's equality, right? You wanted it and you got it. Right? It's not anti-women. It's just, you're trying to understand it, right? Where do we go if women hold the executive key to reproduction, meaning that the baby is born inside the woman? Right, and that number continues to plunge of women calling themselves woke because they believe that the baby somehow interferes with their pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. At some point, we have a birth rate decline and less humans coming out, the whole, figuratively. So 77 billion humans. And now there's a movement to equalize men versus women, the war, right? The war between men and women, the war between the sexes is still raging on, right? Where maybe at some point men and women are not going to be able to speak to each other because every type of language that a man can hand to a woman or offer a woman is going to be seen as aggressive and sexist and nothing, and wanting nothing more than what's inside their pants. Well, so what's going to happen in the future? Women decide when a man is allowed to speak to them. It gets even increasingly more fucking ridiculous. Why don't you just let people speak? Why don't we go back to the old days where people spoke, and if you didn't like what someone said, you walk away, and you let them suffer with their own fucking problem, right? If you can't, look, when someone gets angry, right, that's when you cut it off. Well, you can have a debate. You can have a realistic discussion, clash of ideas. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when people get so irate that they can't even see straight, that their whole screen goes red, and they're fueling with anger, and they attack. That's the moment where people attack, and it's and so you just step out of the way, right? You let them calm down. Once they calm down, then maybe you can get through to them. But anyway, this phenomena is not confined to the United States. It's all over the place. Europe, Japan, Britain. Single woke females taking over. Look, there she is. There's the she's guilty of it. That right there, Taylor Swift, the rather talented acoustic guitar player. I saw her I saw a clip of her play at the Tiny Desk concerts by NPR. Fascinating, wonderful, really, really good. Taylor Swift is. When she picks up the guitar by herself or sits at the piano and belts it out, absolutely talented, no doubt about it. When she starts doing the teeny bopper thing in front of, with the line dancing and all that, I mean, for me, I lose my interest. But she is very talented, and she's slowly becoming the spokeswoman for people, these types of women who are single, without children, and claim to be woke. Now, why doesn't Taylor Swift pump out a couple of babies? Is a baby gonna prevent her from her pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, or is it gonna elevate it? She's got plenty of money. She can't complain that it's interfering with her progress. That's a dead issue. She's got millions of dollars. She could pay a nanny. She could bring the kids on tour, and the kids will love it, and everything. Everything's fine. But so there's your spokesperson for this phenomena, this voting bloc that is now rising in America of man-hating women. That's a stretch. They're not man-hating women. They have in their mind that. They were growing. Look, I covered. What comes to mind is I covered a rally once of very angry women. It was by Central Park. You could probably find the video in my videos down below. It was a women's march of some sort, and I could tell you, man, standing there as a man was brutal, right? It was just like they look at you like you're trash, like. Get out of the way, man. Here come the women. We're coming through and we're stepping right over you, man. Get out of the way, man. We're women. You felt that in the air, right? And of course, there's the anti-Trump politics attached to that, and every other, and they're usually women who are extremely undesirable by many measures. But Taylor Swift, certainly not undesirable, a very sexy young woman, not even young anymore. She's 50. No, she's not 50. However old she is. So what else we got? So let's talk George Santos. Then we'll break to the market. So really, really, really trigger alert here if you love dogs. This is disgusting, despicable, unforgivable, really. But he's still there, George Santos. The elected congressman from Long Island and parts of Queens. Santos allegedly stole $3,000 in donations for veterans' dying service dog. Wow. So can you forgive this guy for that too? I mean, look, he called himself a Jew. A lot of people, fuck it, he's a Jew. Right, that's funny, right? He went to Baruch, or he went to NYU. He got an MBA. Yeah, you know, whatever. He worked at Citigroup. They're a bunch of snakes anyway. Right, right. But here he took the money from a dying man's dog. Colossal Bigfoot reports that Taylor Swift is 33 years old. Prime. She's in her prime. Disgraced Republican George Santos allegedly conned a disabled homeless man out of thousands of dollars donated to save the man's dying service dog. The alleged account adds to Santos' growing list of shady behavior, from a largely forged resume to fabricating Jewish heritage. The veteran Richard Osthoff told the local news site Patch that he met Santos, who introduced himself as Andy DeVolder. Anthony DeVolder. So he's running around with an alias, and this George Santos has an alias, and he's raising money back in 2016. The veteran, who was honorably discharged in 2002, was living in a tent on the side of Route 9 in Howell, New Jersey, with his beloved service dog, Sapphire, at the time. So Sapphire was suffering from a life-threatening stomach tumor, and was tumor, with an R, that was growing by the day, and surgery to remove the tumor would cost $3,000. So there's the poor pooch. There he is. He's got a football in his stomach. Everybody, there's the ad, the GoFundMe. Click to support Sapphire, the veteran rescue by Anthony DeVolder. This is called grifting, man. This is called grifting. You're capitalizing on the guy's pain, the dying dog's pain. This is what this guy did. If it's true, you know, you got to drag. You not only throw him out of office, but you drag him out by his hair, and you leave him outside the Capitol for the vultures to eat him. The Volder, the fake George Santos, set up a GoFundMe to raise funds for Sapphire, and once it hit $3,000, he closed and deleted the fundraising page and became hard to reach before he disappeared altogether, says the veteran who told Patch. The Navy vet, now 47, never saw a penny of the donations, and his beloved service dog died in 2017. All right? The little girl never left my side 10 years. Now, I sympathize with this guy. I mean, Batman, my cat just died recently. Let's put up Batman. Hey, Batman, they're talking about you, man. Batman, they are talking about you. And Granny Cat, too. All right, so if you did this to my cat, if you raised $3,000 to save Batman, and then you stole the money, I'm coming after you, man. Batman and I are coming after you. Right? If you ever did that, right? And so there's the dog, and just despicable, really. You know, there's no other way to spin the story, really. So DeSantos, this guy's got to go, man. Is the story true? Well, it seems to be grounded in a lot of facts. We'll say it's true for now. I'm sure Santos is saying it's fake. Santos is calling the entire story fake in light of the mounting evidence that it's real. So this guy has no boundaries. This guy is a rogue guy who got into office and don't give an F about anybody. Right? He'll eat your dog, man. He'll steal from your dog. He'll steal the tumor out of your dog's stomach. Fucking horrible. Here's a report. CBS breaking news, George Santos. Let's listen.
This is CBS News Flash. I'm Chanel Call in New York. Embattled Republican Congressman George Santos has been assigned to 2 House committees, Small Business and Science. This despite growing calls for his resignation amid questions about his finances and background. The University of Texas at Dallas is the latest post-secondary school.
All right, so CBS is breaking the story, not very thoroughly, but they are breaking the story. That happened about an hour ago. And so George Santos, the walls are caving in on him. Is he going to go? This reporter predicted he wouldn't make it past a week. It's almost a month now and he's still there, so I guess I was wrong about that. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. You know, just state your truth. So let's break to the markets. Yes, green. I see green, said the one-tooth prophet. S&P 500 is up 12. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 69. Nasdaq up 71. Go, go, go. What's leading the charge? And it's all green. My high-tech chart is all green. Apple up $1.50. Amazon up $1.20. Google up 37 cents. Meta up 71. Microsoft up 22. Tesla up $2. Rivian up 36 cents. What else? Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, down right now. The military industrial complex stocks are down as of this morning. The holy vaccine, whoa, Moderna up 14 right now, up 7.5%. What's going on with Moderna? Let's have a look. What's going on with Moderna? Stocks moving huge way. Moderna. What did Moderna do that got this thing rolling? Shares of airline stocks up. What did Moderna do? Why is Moderna up? Here we go. Interactive Brokers Group. That's not the one I said. Moderna. Shares of biotech companies soared more than 5% after announcing the results of their phase 3 study surrounding a vaccine targeting respiratory virus, a lung disease. Aha. The company said it is messenger RNA vaccine was 83% effective. Yeah, right. 83% effective at what? At what? Supporting rigged data, I guess. Crazy Duck says, new flu coming. New flu. David Brown says, rate hikes coming as well. Crazy Duck says, inflation. Yeah. Rate hikes. They're going to jack it up all the way to the overnight rate is probably going to go up to like 5 or 6%. Not a big deal, really. I don't know. Inflation is going to keep going up until all that stimulus money is drained away out of everybody's pockets, and there's no money left. Then people won't have money, and then the prices come down, maybe. But inflation is relative. I always say that it's relative. Prices always go up. So that's what's going on Wall Street. Thank you all for joining me. My name is Mark Conte. So have a great day, everybody. I'll kill it here. Not much else to report, and thank you for joining me. I love you guys. It's a touchy subject. You know, we live in a time right now where there's a breakdown in communication. I think that it's escalating too. It's getting worse. I always said that prior to the pandemic, when you started to see people get locked down, promoting the idea of staying away from each other because the other person is going to get them sick, aka social distancing, injecting themselves with vaccines to keep them safe, and demanding that the other person gets a vaccine to keep them safe. Right? This idea that everybody else is and that's not my assessment. That's Joe Biden telling you. You remember the clip of Joe Biden says, "Yeah, if they don't get their vaccine, what are they allowed to kill me?" Remember when Joe Biden said that? If you don't have a vaccine, if you didn't take your vaccine, you have the potential to kill me. That's what Joe Biden said. President of the United States said that. All right, so we got this incredible brokenness in society right now, We clearly have a race war, a war between the races, a war between the sexes, a war between gay Jewish boys from Long Island and politicians. Right? We have a war between attractive people and not attractive people, a war between people with teeth and without teeth. So crazy times, man. Crazy times, man. Hold on to your seat, man. I don't think we're done yet. I think it's gonna keep going. Thank you all for joining me. Marcus Conte reporting. Give yourself a hand. Boom, 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 boom. Ba 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 boom, 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 boom. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 boom. Ba 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 boom.